Well, it is disheartening and disillusioning about my fellow countrymen, country persons. The fact is that a lot of them believe in torture. I think that Bush actually presented himself in 2004, after the Abu Ghraib revelations came out, as somebody who would not shrink from torture, despite the fact that it was illegal and that we had international treaties against it, and it led to revulsion throughout the world. But he guaranteed, I won't be bound by any of that. When it comes to protecting you, I will do it. And people liked the sound of that. The problem was that neither Kerry, opposing him, nor anybody else made the point forcefully enough. You're not protecting us with that torture, or with the detention, or with the invasion of Iraq. Nothing could strengthen Al-Qaeda more strongly. You're endangering America with these practices, lowering our security. You're going in the wrong direction. And the same would be true of further occupying Afghanistan. So people give a lot of credit, unfortunately, to an appearance on the one hand of good intentions of protecting Americans, which they like, and being tough. Both of those have a good ring. But when being tough means killing civilians en masse, you're endangering Americans when you do that. You know, I often think that a lot of these little Machiavellis are very, have absorbed very much a statement by Machiavelli at one point, that if you have to choose, it's better to be feared than to be loved, to be respected, even to be respected. But be feared is more reliable. They love that. And I happened to look up the context of that statement, and Machiavelli goes on to say, but you must avoid being hated. And we have not avoided that. These practices have not merely made us feared. To be feared for random, indiscriminate violence, as when you're destroying wedding parties en masse and funerals, not because you're specifically targeting on them, they just target on a group of people that get together down there, and a lot of those happen to be funerals and wedding parties. And the two go together. Now, you know, a wedding party tends to be followed by a lot of funerals in Iraq and Afghanistan because of the effect of our drones and our air support. So that sort of thing makes you hated, and that is ideal recruiting for our adversaries. It endangers us. And somehow the American people, they haven't been told it by the media, I have to say that. But in a way, you don't have to be a genius to see that. And I don't give the American people credit for not seeing through that more than they do. In effect, 60 years of being the world's leading imperial power has indoctrinated a large part of our public into being very comfortable with the idea of empire and the idea that we have a right and a need to run the world, and that the effort is good for us and good for them. The truth is, it's not good for either.